Patty and Mick are at a job interview for a laborer by a builder. Patty goes first and is asked, "If you lost an eye, what would you be?" He answers, "Half blind." Then he was asked, "What would you be if you lost both eyes?" He answers, "Blind." Builder says, "Great, you got the job. Send Mick in." Mick overheard the interview and thinks, "Great, I'll just give the same answers." The builder asks, "If you lost an ear, what would you be?" Mick says, "Half blind." Then was asked, "What about if you lost both ears?" Mick says, "Blind." The builder, a bit puzzled, asked, "How would that be?" Mick says, "My hat would fall down." The old lady handed her bank card to a bank teller and said, "I would like to withdraw $500. The teller told her, "For withdrawals less than $5,000, please use the ATM. The old lady then asked, "Why?" The teller irritably told her, "These are rules. Please leave if there is no other matter. There is a queue behind you." She then returned the card to the old lady. The old lady remained silent, but then she returned the card to the teller and said, "Please help me withdraw all the money I have." The teller was astonished when she checked the account balance. She nodded her head, leaned down, and said to the old lady, "My apologies, Granny. You have $3.5 million in your account, and our bank does not have so much cash currently. Could you make an appointment and come again tomorrow?" The old lady then asked, "How much am I able to withdraw now?" The teller told her, "Any amount up to $300,000. The old lady then told the teller that she wanted to withdraw $300,000 from her account. The teller did so quickly and handed it to the old lady respectfully. The old lady kept $500 in her bag and asked the teller to deposit the balance of $299,500 back into her account. A king decided to spend the day fishing with his beloved queen. Before leaving the palace, he called in his royal weather expert. "Will it rain today?" he asked. "Not a single drop, Your Majesty," the forecaster declared with full confidence. "Clear skies all day." Satisfied, the king and queen packed their fishing gear and headed out. On the way, they passed a farmer riding a donkey. The old man tipped his hat and said kindly, "Your Highness, if you value staying dry, I'd turn back now. A storm is coming." The king laughed. "My dear farmer, I have a professional meteorologist with degrees, charts, and instruments. I trust him, not the ears of a donkey." And off the royal couple went. Within the hour, boom! Thunder cracked, skies turned black, and rain came down like buckets. The king and queen were soaked to the bone. Even the royal wig floated away. Back at the palace, dripping and furious, the king fired the official weather expert on the spot. He called for the farmer and said, "You were right. I want you to be my new weather advisor." The farmer scratched his head and replied, "Me? I'm no expert. I just look at my donkey. When his ears droop, I know rain is coming." The king nodded solemnly. "Then from now on, your donkey will be the official royal forecaster." And that, my friends, is how the first donkey got appointed to a high government position. A tradition that unfortunately is still alive and well in many places today. One night, a guy was walking home when he saw a drunk man on his hands and knees under a streetlight, searching for something. Being a good Samaritan, he asked, "Hey buddy, what are you looking for?" The drunk slurred, "I tripped and my Rolex fell off." Feeling bad for him, the man got down and started searching too. After 10 minutes of finding nothing, he asked, "Are you sure you lost it here?" The drunk shook his head and pointed down the street. "Oh no, I tripped way over there." Confused, the man asked, "Then why are we looking here? The drunk grinned, "Because the light's better here." A wife comes home late one night and quietly opens the door to her bedroom. From under the blanket, she sees 4 legs instead of just her husband's 2. She reaches for a baseball bat and starts hitting the blanket as hard as she can. Once she's done, she goes to the kitchen to have a drink. As she enters, she sees her husband there reading a magazine. He says, "Hi, darling. Your parents have come to visit us, so let them stay in our bedroom. Did you say hello?" Elsie, an elderly lady, was patiently waiting to park in a spot when a young man in his brand-new red BMW zipped around her and claimed the space she had been eyeing. Fuming, Elsie approached the young fellow and, with a forced smile, said, "I was about to park there." The young man, barely glancing at her, replied with a smirk, "That's what you get to do when you're young and sharp." Infuriated, Elsie climbed back into her car, shifted it into reverse, and without hesitation, stomped on the accelerator, ramming straight into his shiny BMW. The young man rushed back, eyes wide, and shouted, "What on earth did you do that for?" Elsie, now with a satisfied grin, looked him in the eye and said, "That's what you can do when you're old and rich." 3 bulls overheard that the rancher was planning to bring in another bull, and the news sparked quite a conversation among them. The first bull says, "Look, boys, I've been here for 5 years. We worked out the details, and I have my 100 cows. Now, I don't know where this newcomer thinks he's going to find his cows, but I'm not giving him a single one of mine." The second bull adds, "That's exactly how I feel. I've been here 3 years, and I've earned my 50 cows. I'll stand my ground if I have to, but I'm keeping all of them." The third bull, younger and newer to the ranch, says, "I've only been here a year, and I've got 10 cows to take care of. I may not be as big as you guys, but I'm young, strong, and full of energy. I'm keeping all my cows." As they finish their talk, an 18-wheeler rolls up, and out steps the largest bull they've ever seen, this 4,700-pound giant. Each step he takes seems to shake the earth beneath him. The first bull looks over, his posture softening. "Well, it's been a while since I felt I was really doing justice to all my cows anyway. I think I can spare a few for the new guy." The second bull, looking a little nervous, says, "I'll stick to my end of the pasture and keep out of his way. I'm not looking to cause any trouble." They turn to the third bull, who is still pawing the ground, snorting fiercely, his horns raised high. The first bull shakes his head and says, "Son, let me give you some advice. Let him have some of your cows if you want to keep things peaceful." The third bull, snorting even louder, replies, "He can have all my cows. I'm just making sure he knows who's still the bull around here."